So, my father passed away at this point 15 years ago. Yeah, about 15 years ago now. And he was the closest, like, I was very close to my father. We were basically best friends. This story is not about sadness. I'm just giving this preference. I'm giving the preface to let you know that it is around a sad time, but the story I'm going to tell is actually funny. So, the day before my father passed away, so it was a Saturday. Um, my father taught me, if there's something that needs done, just get up and do it. I'm still very much that way today. Like, I don't want to do dishes and laundry, which I still have to do. I don't want to do that. But like, um, if the water heater's not working, I'll go restart the pilot light. Same on the furnace. I've rewired doorbells, light switches, all that. I made it to where it's brighter in here because I like brighter. I also wanted to get rid of the orange light bulbs. Anyway, so all that to say, we did most stuff ourselves. So my father, again, this was the day before he passed away. We got up, everything was going pretty good. He's like, "Hey, we need a new toilet because or not toilet, a new toilet seat because the one that we had a crack in it. So every time you sat down, it would it would pinch you if you weren't careful." So we drove to the city. We went to a Lowe's, and my father, again, he was older in life, having a hard time with his hips, his back. So he didn't want to go in. So he handed me the money. He's like, "Go get us a toilet seat." So I go in. I'm looking around. I find a toilet seat, buy it, head on out. He looks at it and immediately starts laughing. And he's just like, your mom's going to hate that, right? And I'm like, I mean, yeah, but what's wrong with it? He's just like, "Caleb." And I'm like, "It's beautiful." So I'm like, "Are you saying I have to take it back?" And he said, "No." He's like, "No, I think it's amazing. She will groan and grimace, but eventually she'll smile about the whole thing." And that's the way my dad was. He liked to pick on people in like gentle ways, just to kind of so like all of the videos on TikTok that you see of a giant gorilla poking and prodding at his wife, that was my father. That's me today. That's just the way we are with people we love. We just let me just So anyway, we get back to the house. I put the toilet seat in place, and again, my dad's chuckling about it, and he's just like. So anyway, my dad, he looks at it. He's like, "Your mom will hate this, but she'll come to like it." Then the sad thing happens. My father passes away in the middle of the night. Well, not middle, early morning, Sunday. Uh, so then all the normal funeral type stuff happens. And it ends up being like 2 weeks later before we come back to this toilet seat thing. And I gotta say, I'm actually super happy that we did it when we did. That I purchased, that I got that one. Because about 2 weeks after he passed away, my mom just comes up to me and she's like, "Caleb, what in the hell possessed you and your father into buying a powder blue toilet seat?" And I started laughing, and I'm like, "I did it to get a rise out of you." And Dad thought it would be hilarious too. And so my mom and I chuckled about it because, again, that's who her husband was. Somebody who he wanted to make people laugh, and like we had a good time. It was a good memory that we share. But yeah, I got a powder blue toilet seat, and she didn't hate it, but it was definitely not her favorite thing. But the story, the memory that instilled, knowing that the last 24 hours of his life he was still thinking of and doing things just to make people that he loved smile.